Work life, I feel like people can relate to the idea that you just, every time you get to this peak, there's another peak, and you're like, oh, like, no, not another peak.
Hey, I'm King Princess, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. When you're from a place where people are really intense, one would think that it's like, you know, there's a lot of coldness, but I actually think it's the opposite, because it's like people are genuinely, they have shit to do. Somebody's giving you kindness, that means they really mean it, because they have places to be. Here's the thing about New York, it's like, yes, people are rude, but if somebody's in trouble, like 15 people will come to help. And that is the tea. Growing up here in Williamsburg, so like there was only really a couple families, like artist families like mine, but it was so harmonious. It was really interesting as a kid because you would just play on the street. This street was like a factory building and then these like row houses. And so we'd all play baseball on the street or like play soccer in the park. And it was the closest thing I could think of to growing up in like a suburb in New York City. I wouldn't have changed it for anything. You know, the first couple studios you were creative in will always have, you know, a creative place in your heart. Luckily, the place that I grew up learning how to be creative in is my home. So I just return to where I'm comfortable. Sometimes I think I would just want to come in and see what was going on. I was so intrigued by what was happening here. My life wasn't that great otherwise. Like there was nothing that was more exciting to me than watching people record music. I take that with me wherever I go. So The Bend was a song that I wrote with Dessner in upstate New York for my record. It's kind of a song about feeling like every time you get to like the mountain, there's another mountain. When I didn't have an idea, I felt like I was worthless, or that I was never gonna have an idea, or that a bad day in the studio meant that I have lost something. And as I get older, I think I realize that it's really just, a lot of it is circumstantial. I work with people that I love. I get excited by like a new guitar or a piece of gear or a new synth, and I'm like, oh, like this is inspiring to me. And then, you know, just like the normal shit, like heartbreak, just like, you know, make sure that you're just the base level is sad all the time so you can write. Being from New York is a gift that I was given by birth. I feel very proud of it, and I feel proud to be part of a lineage of artists, and especially queer artists, who have completely paved the cultural way. I think it's sick that I'm a part of a community in a city where that community did a lot of work towards equity, towards creative freedom, towards really, really dope art. I don't feel pressure about that. I just feel like I'm just doing my best.